Welcome back to Fog Entertainment. We're here with another Fallout review. We're officially past the halfway line of the show. It's season 1, episode 5, and this episode is pretty heavily centred around Lucy and our man in the big silver robot, isn't it? As we begin, I think we're going to have to make an inquire about the Squire, because what is going on at the beginning of this episode? They're joking around, they're fooling around, and then 1 minute the Squire's like, nah, I'm not doing that, big man. Absolutely fricking not. And then he hits this like button at the back of the robot thing, freezes him, and he's stuck in place. One absolute shite death that would have been, by the way, just to die there. Would have been absolute mince. He's squirming to get out. There's all these cockroaches. I mean, it would have been a sick death. These cockroaches, like the size of dogs, man, eating you alive. That would have been absolutely soul destroying, to say the least. But then he's saved. There's gunfire. We're like, who's that? The mist. The dust settles. It's Lucy McLean. It's Lucy McLean. Same name as, McLean. John McLean's daughter in Die Hard. I wonder if there's a connection in there. Shout out to Bruce Willis. It's a shame it's happened to him. Great guy, of course. Anyway, yeah. Then we cut back to like Fault 32, where obviously last time we found out that the neighbouring fault, not sure what went down. There was a lot of bodies in there, but today there's been a new fault. A new president has been declared, which is all good and good, and then it turns out the fault that was so dodgy has actually been cleaned up. There's definitely some form of mystery going on inside these faults, and no one's quite too sure what it is. But as for all that stuff, it was kind of boring. There's not many characters down there you care about. Like, that baby's born as well. Again, there's some dark comedy last episode with that, but not really happening this episode, that's for sure. But anyway, let's deal with all the other circumstances that's going on in this world. Of course, Lucy manages to free our man from the robot contraption. She was reluctant at first because she's like, oh, everybody up here I've trusted and they've betrayed me, why should I trust you? And then, yeah, she manages to free him because they've all got good intentions at heart, these two. All these two get together. I guess we'll have to see the white woman lead with a black male compatriot having sex. Yes, they'll definitely force that down our throat, Hollywood style. As for happened in the rest of this episode, I mean, there wasn't a particularly insane amount of shit going on. You had these two, like I said, teaming up here. They're walking through the wasteland. She's discussing things with him, and it's like, well, hold on, what do you mean they tried to rebuild communities out here? The whole purpose of my fault was for when you could go back on Earth and rebuild. That's what we would have done. So what we preparing for? She's like, anytime I went out and seen the sun when I was 6 years old, I thought it was real till I was 6. Damn it! What happened? It felt real. The rays on my face, son. Well, obviously not so much Lucy McLean. Absolutely not. But they get to this bridge. Our wee man wants to kill the two because they're going to shoot him. He wants his gun. She's like, no. But then all of a sudden, they get like halfway across the bridge and they drop those two people. They drop them. And it's like, alrighty then. And they continue on their little merry way. And I mean, that's pretty much the episode. There's really not a lot more to it. The episode is very bog standard, but these two have already seen each other, you know what I mean? I guess she didn't see him for who he was because he was inside the suit, but he did actually fucking save her life when he was fighting the ghoul. Also, a serious lack of the ghoul this episode. You know, Walter Goggins, we need that guy. But I'm going to give this episode a 5, straight down the middle. Not really a lot to report here from this episode, if we're being truthful about it. There just really was. I mean, it was decent, but I think a 5's fair. What will the rest of this season hold? I'll have to wait and see. Of course, season 2 already confirmed, but I just don't like the fact that they whip out all the 8 episodes in one batch. It should be weekly television, but yeah, it's on Prime, and that's what they tend to do at this stage of the game. But again, I don't like that, but it is what it is, because it just means like it's hard to make videos on Fault apart from these reviews, because you know, like, you finish episode 1, and by the time you get up like theories about the next episode, everyone's already watched them. Like, it's already spoilers ready to be watched. So I think that does suck. But anyway, guys, 5 out of 10 for this fall episode. Till next time, peace.